Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good start.
Guys, what
Joe,
is
good start.
wrong with you?
What?
Acha. Chalo.
I don't think talking to somebody every day is necessary to maintain a relationship. That is my opinion, and I don't think it is right. I mean, I don't think it is right to expect somebody to text you all the time. I think my opinion is right. But I would like to hear your thoughts because I'm having a lot of issues regarding this in my life. I suck at maintaining relationships. So please tell me what to do.
This is the first time I have seen Rahul being so bhavuk about something. इतना passion से, इतना enthusiasm से बोला है. Looks like it's a genuine problem, Rahul.
So basically, now that I've experienced 4 years of college and everything. Obviously, when I went to college, everybody was busy. Everybody was going to college. Everybody had new lives, right? Nobody had that much time to keep in touch with old friends, which everybody understood. But now that college is over and everything, and even then, some people had this notion that if this person is not texting me now, like the value of the friendship reduces.
Huh.
But I don't think something like that should ever occur. How can you reduce the value of friendship because that person does not talk to you every day? It becomes, instead of becoming something that comes naturally because this person has expectations, it becomes very fake. It becomes an what's it called? You're obligated. You're obligated all the time to to check in on that person. Versus actually being like, oh, I actually care about this person. Dude, like, what's up? Like, what did you do today? Stuff like that. फिर नहीं, अरे तू कैसा है? 12 बजे हम सो रहा होगा भी ना, तो before texting I was like, I hope you had a good day. ऐसा तो मेरे को relationship नहीं चाहिए ना. That is worse than having a clingy second, whatever, better half. In my opinion.
Alright. Okay, I personally have a very interesting opinion on this. Not interesting opinion, interesting view. But before I come to that, Joe, what do you think about this? And Rahul is so sad. If you guys could see his face right now, the guy looks defeated. लग रहा है कोई इसको मार मार के दुम्बा बना दिया उसका. Joe, tell me what do you think about this issue, and then I'll give you my perspective on it. एक बार.
इतना मेरा पर्सपेक्टिव है नहीं इस पे. आई हैव मोर क्वेश्चंस फॉर राहुल because I think it's with people it differs, this problem, and you're supposed to be closer to those ones who you talk more to. You see, I'm closer to you guys because I talk more to you, so I'm naturally closer to you. But friends who I've stopped talking to, the general assumption is we're not that close anymore. So therefore, people who you think, or the other friend thinks that we were once close, they expect ki you should talk more to me or talk more often. But the fact that you don't shows that their emotion is not reciprocated.
ठीक है, so explain this to me. So once in a week is still okay ना? हर दिन कैसे कर सकता है बॉस?
ठीक है, तुम नहीं कर सकते, तुम बोल दो उन लोग को कि तुम नहीं कर सकते.
वही तो प्रॉब्लम है राहुल का. राहुल
हाँ, फिर लाइक डिसअपॉइंटमेंट के साथ डील नहीं करना है ना.
More than that, अगर वो बोलेगा कि यार मेरे को थोड़ा, that's Rahul's problem. He's saying that all right, dude, listen, I am busy. Even if Rahul says I am busy, I have work, I'm working what 50 hours a week, I need some time. They're like, no, you're not giving me attention. Talk to me. What is this? You don't even miss me anymore. This is not a friendship. This is not the Rahul I knew, which is the most annoying line in the goddamn world. That is what he means. Joyjeev, your point is right.
You've changed. No, what do you mean you've changed?
Oh my god, I have so much to say on this, but yeah, I get.
अरे तो हम चेंज नहीं हो, 15 साल का था, अभी भी 15 साल का ही रहेगा क्या?
Is what he means. So it could be subjective. It differs from person to person for sure, but people's assumption that if you're not giving them enough time. So Georgie, when all of us were in college, like just studying, you were in Raipur, Rahul was in Indiana, I was in Kolkata. Remember, go back. We weren't talking that much. All six of us, three of us, and the other three people in the group. I got the goddamn number right. We weren't talking that much now. Right now, we've all fixated ki every Saturday we're definitely gonna come on a video call, and beach mein we'll just whatever, we keep sending our memes and jokes and all about all these things. वो अभी हुआ है. कॉलेज में सब बिजी थे. That was what we had created for ourselves. So that was respect. That is my point. We created that kind of an expectation. Now is saying ki that expectation is said, that is good, but it's not possible to do this every single day, and people should understand that. If I'm not sending out a hey dude, how are you doing message every day, this does not mean I love you any less.
Exactly.
What you're trying to say, Joyjeev, is that if you're close friends with somebody, you will just talk to them regularly and the closeness will maintain. That is not the case. I talk to somebody after a month, but I'm still super close to them in a different way altogether. This doesn't mean I'm any less closer to him than I am with you.
In some way, I also feel like, George, you tell me if I'm wrong, but
Hmm.
I also feel it depends on where you are in the relationship with that person. If you haven't set that boundary key, or not boundary, or that expectation key,
Hmm.
I will be there no matter what, or something like that,
Mhm.
then it becomes like, oh, like I expect it. Like
Huh. So, but
if you're
what?
doing it every day, you have to do it the next day also.
So you have friendships where you go and state to that person कि I will be there no matter what. ये unsaid होता है किसी.
एग्जैक्टली, आई फील अनसेट होता है वही तो. बट
हाँ.
तभी भी पीपल का एक्सपेक्टेशन होता है. और यू नो व्हाट इट्स लाइक हैविंग दैट बेटर हाफ who you say good morning to every day, but you miss that one morning and you didn't say good morning, और फिर तेरा कट गया.
उस दिन कटा. Hi, Rahul is speaking my language. I'm so happy. Anyway, all right. I have something interesting to say, Rahul. So
Hmm.
why I'm telling you I understand you at such a deeper level is because, and I'm sure a lot of people will be very happy I'm finally acknowledging this. I have been that person. I have been that
Same,
person who's saying,
same.
dude, you've changed. Why aren't you
Oh,
talking to? I
really?
know, yeah, I have
Oh,
been that
I have
person.
not
I
done that. I've
remember.
been told a lot of times.
No, no. I have been told now. Then I'm like, अच्छा इसलिए लोग मेरे को इसलिए मैं क्यों लोगों को बोलता. Now I've understood that I was being an absolute idiot. I can actually hear people saying after this episode, Ishmeet, तू मान गया on a public platform. I am so happy. Anyway, I'm like, so the point is, I have been that person. I have told at least 2 or 3 people, dude, you've changed. You don't give like. Say I'm talking to somebody every day. अभी कॉलेज का थर्ड ईयर हो रहा है या कुछ हो रहा है. Obviously काम होता है, ये होता है, वो होता है. मैं विल्ला था जैसे जो मेरे को लगता है. मतलब आई वाज लाइक नहीं मैं तो बात करूंगा ही करूंगा. बट द अदर पर्सन ऑफ कोर्स वाज बिजी एंड आई डिड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड. आई वाज लाइक नो, यू हैव टू मेक टाइम फॉर मी. वी वर टॉकिंग ऑल दिस व्हाइल सडनली यू कांट जस्ट बी बिजी ना. So
Why?
I was that person, and now 2 years later, I'm like, oh, Ishmeet, you were a dick.
ये suddenly ऐसे shift कैसे आया कि
So because जो मैं लोगों को करता था, suddenly I 2 or 3 people started saying कि Ishmeet तुम टाइम नहीं, Ishmeet तुम थोड़ा बदल गए, Ishmeet तुमको क्या हो गया. And then I was like, bro, बहन मेरे को कुछ नहीं हुआ है, मैं
टाइम
वही हूँ.
नहीं है बॉस.
आई वाज लाइक कि वो then थोड़ा और लाइक थोड़े मैं बहुत एग्जिस्टेंशियल बोर्ड में अगर चला गया ना, मैं 17 घंटे एक ही चीज के बारे में सोचता रहूंगा.
doesn't that
आई
doesn't
लाइक
that
आई टेल यू.
depends doesn't that depend on priorities though? It's like, okay, you didn't have time at that point of time to give other people time. You were focusing on your career or whatever. Ishmeet, when you started studying for exams, which Ishmeet has taken a million of, just for everybody knows, and when he was started working on at his startup, I don't know how many hours he was working, he didn't have that much time. Fact of life, you would not come out with plans, etc. Right? So
Yeah.
just because you prioritize something else does not mean that anybody else has the right to tell you that you have changed, or that you do not give that person that much attention because you're choosing not to.
हाँ. I get that, but I think don't you think there's a natural selection process in which how this all turns out, like in the sense that uh,
Priorities.
yeah, exactly, priorities. So on the basis of who I value, I will continue talking to them, right? So on the basis of who I'll continue talking to them, and because of that, the relationship will be maintained. And after a while,
Hmm.
when that, like, let's say that friend that you have who you are not texting right now, Rahul, after a while, he or she will stop expecting that from you. So, therefore, he will come lower on your priority list and also their priority list, because of which the relationship will not be what it is.
Agree. So here is where I stand with this, right? So for me, proximity is very important.
Yeah, I get
Okay, so I need that person people to be very close to me. I absolutely hate calling, or like, I hate texting for that matter. I'm that kind
You
of
like
person, like if you're in
texting?
front of me, no, what?
emails, Snapchat.
N- No, like anything. I don't like texting on WhatsApp. Like I'll have minimal text. पहले जब we were 15, 16, oh, WhatsApp is so cool. Group
Rahul was the most
messaging and
active
everything. Let's
person.
text everybody.
You don't like calls, you don't like text. What do you like?
Calls are still okay. Calls are okay to an extent, but I really like being next to a person and actually having a conversation. So if I'm around other people, I don't like texting somebody else.
Wait, context.
Now
You
we
live
know
in the
why Rahul's long distance relationship failed.
No, I'll just rephrase that and I'll
Uh,
say in this context over here, Rahul staying in the States while the rest of the people of he knows for the last 20 years of his life live in India.
Arey, no, not like that.
And he wants a physical relationship with.
Okay, one second. If you are okay, like right now, you guys are so far away, we talk once a week.
Hmm.
That also has started recently. That is okay. What I am trying to say is that I don't text you every day, no. Like, Joyjeev, how was your day today? Please tell me. आज आपने क्या किया?
हाँ,
Fuck.
तो ये अपना अपना अंडरस्टैंडिंग बैठ गया ना कि राइट नाउ इवन आफ्टर लेट्स से अ ईयर इफ आल्सो आई टेक्स्ट यू आई कॉल यू
Hmm.
मीट एट अ रैंडम पार्टी आवर इक्वेशन विल बी लाइक व्हाट इट इज बिकॉज 14 साल से है जैसे वैसा तो wow, I'm good at maths. So now, with someone else who you've just, let's say, gotten close to in your last year of college. Okay, so उसके साथ वो नहीं है. His experience of close friendships is what he has had with his childhood friend for 14 years. So he's also expecting the same thing from you.
Good point. Very good
Maybe,
point.
maybe शायद वो
Yeah.
उसको good morning और किसी भेजता होगा हर सुबह.
I guess some people are just more like texters compared to people like us or me at least, who's just like, no. But to your point, okay, so I just want to ask you, Joyji, ki this is one side of a relationship when you have expectations and stuff like that,
Hmm.
right? But what do you think of like how I feel it's very hard to build relationships now with people?
मतलब relationships could be any form of relationship, not just
Yeah,
like
any form of relationship doesn't mean you're dating the person that.
जॉर्जी वन ट्रैक माइंड क्यों है तेरा इतना?
Yeah,
नहीं
एक ही
hey,
चीज
listen,
सोचता
you
रहता है
started
हमेशा.
हम
talking about something else. You shut up,
हम
Ishmeet.
मैं कहाँ कुछ और
हम
बोला?
लिसनर के लिए क्लैरिफाई कर रहा था क्योंकि व्हेन यू से रिलेशनशिप यू ऑटोमेटिकली मीन लाइक अ बॉयफ्रेंड गर्लफ्रेंड काइंड ऑफ रिलेशनशिप और
I don't. Joyjeev clearly does.
Yes, that is my entire point. Anyway, Joyjeev clarified it for the listener. Let's go on. Everybody send Rahul Joyjeev a kisi in the email, which is 340@gmail.com. I just wanted to plug that in, guys. Go
I
on,
don't
go
think
on, go on.
anybody sends emails nowadays.
No, no, they do, they
what
do.
do they send? They don't
I
email,
mean, no,
they
like
call, they don't text. How do they fucking communicate?
Rahul doesn't
that
communicate.
is
Rahul only
that is
meets.
true. That is very true.
Rahul only meets. Anyway, go on, Joyjeev, about building relationships.
How do we build good question.
Not
It's very
how we build
difficult.
relationships,
Very
but it's not
difficult.
how. As if it's become harder to build
Yeah,
relationships.
so if it's become
Hmm.
hard to build relationships, the question comes down to now how do you build relationships in today's day and age?
But why is it hard to build relationships?
Of course, like I. Go
Because
on, Joe.
yeah, because people right now are difficult to communicate with. We've become more isolated in the sense that
No.
yeah, we right
Okay.
now
No, clearly no. No opinion given, just no.
see right
How are
now
we difficult to communicate? We have this. It's the
yeah,
easiest. The communication is easiest right now.
Okay,
Anyway,
this to our listeners, this is basically Ishmeet just waving his phone and showing that yes, we have a phone.
I forgot it's कोई बात नहीं. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
When
अच्छा,
I
I'll wait for you to finish your wait.
yeah, so so the current trend of at least our generation and the generation below us also is that talking openly in public or meeting physically is not something we are very comfortable with unless and until you're someone who has some little extrovertish in character. So let's say putting up a Facebook status. Aage we used to put it out. Right now, no one puts out a Facebook status. Why? Because we are, wary of that judgment that is going to come in the comment section, or maybe that hate or that ridiculous comment that's going to come in.
This is
Furthermore,
just Georgie's opinion.
this is
Yeah.
my observation, but you can differ.
Tippani is Tippani.
Yes.
I will come to
Yeah,
that.
so then let's say when you're at home also, like after like when you if you let's say you're working or after you have a tough day, after 10 o'clock, when you also come back to your family life, you do not want any stupid questions or stupid things to bother you. You just want to stay alone, just stop thinking about stupid shit and watch TV and watch a football game or don't put think too much about it. That time if your mom or your girlfriend or whatever who you're living with asks you a question ki आज धोबी के साथ ये झगड़ा हो गया, listen to it and sort it out. So that time you'll be like, just shut the fuck up and leave me alone. That will be your reaction. So
Right,
we
right.
are so that's why the age of this is the age of podcasts where though we are living in very very isolated world, we're supposed to be the most isolated generation. So we have podcasts where people are I don't know, with that expression, I don't know, Ishmeet, which generation you're from and where you're living.
No, I'm not. I'm constant. Don't worry. Go on. I'm
Idealistic
listening to you very
generation.
intently.
I, I, I,
No,
I agree. I agree
very
that people
intently.
are communicating more because of social media and things of that sort. But that communication is still just in the form of a comment or still in the form of a message. That's it. We're not having lengthy relationships.
Meaningful conversations. Meaningful
Yeah,
conversations.
long, meaningful conversations with people in general. Therefore, since it's difficult to do these conversations, therefore we're having difficult time having maintaining relationships.
Maintaining relationships. Okay, काफी लंबा point, and Georgie deserves a coffee break, which he is right now. Also, another thing, people try to, if the reason why we are so good, we've had what 16 and a half years of a relationship right now, we understand each other to a different level altogether. All right. And we can't expect, if I meet somebody in college, all right, somebody who's damn cool, damn chill, we vibe to another level. It can never be matched in this way. They might be a good friend for some time, but मैं कोई तोल नहीं रहा हूँ. I'm not trying to compare one or the other, but you can't have 16 years of relationships bottled up in 3 years or 4 years. That is going to be a nice vibe, nice relationship, and it's going to be completely different. I think that is where it takes so much of time and effort. Like right now, if I have to quote a woman, all right, I'm going to be like, भाई फिर starting से चालू करना पड़ेगा. It's difficult because there's so much of time, energy, emotion, effort involved, and it's the same in building a relationship as well. And that's where people are lacking because, like Rahul said here, priorities have changed a little bit. I would rather put that time in building my career or doing my job properly or pursuing my, if it's a single, like doing something out of my passion rather than devoting that amount of time and energy into constructing a relationship with another person.
So then, in your paradigm and in your set of reasons, you can never, in this day and age, have like a good relationship because otherwise you would need 16 years to have like a good relationship with someone.
No, no, no. My point is, you cannot compare a 16 to a 4.
So
That
why is
is
it
like
difficult now? What do I do now to have a good relationship with someone?
um considering, yeah, if you want to have it, you need to not, you can't think it's going to be like when it's a birthday party, you think about when my college friends को and school friends को belong बहुत hodgepodge हो जाएगा. It's like that, when you guys have faced this, right? Like there's a birthday party and I need to call my mom's like सबको एक ही दिन बुला लो. I'm like, mom, it's not possible. Those people will not gel with these people.
It's very
I can't call
different.
my work friends also. You need life. You treat that life as a birthday party. For your college friends, you approach, if you want to maintain relationships with them, you do it differently. You do not do this, you don't use the same techniques, the same tips, tricks which you use to build a relationship with your school friends in your college friends. Similarly with your work friends. That is what I do right now. मतलब अगर कोई मेरा, if I am like a very close friend of mine who's a colleague of mine, all right, but the way I have built a relationship with him, it's different. मतलब it's work and it's a little bit of personal, but not different. What do you guys think about this? Like, do you get the birthday party point,
चल
Joe?
इश्मीत तू बहुत बोल लिया अब जॉर्जी तू बोल फिर हम बोलता है then we'll see where we get because I'm of a different opinion from what Ishmeet just said not
Yeah. So,
completely but I'm somewhere in the middle of the two of you
Huh.
hmm.
so Joyjeev go ahead and then I'll bring the consensus
So when Rahul will bring the consensus. Huh.
हाँ
yes
हाँ मेरा बच्चा बड़ा
I was the
हो
one who
गया.
brought the issue and I will bring the consensus
So
now I feel like an absolute idiot
when Ishmeet says that you have three different sets and you have three different and you deal with them in three different ways, that's a very I don't know, non-human way of looking at friendships, right? That's what fucking Facebook does to your friendships, divides it into groups and you deal them with differently.
ooh good analogy
Right. That's the
Mhm.
entire core of the reasons why groups was invented. So when you have a friend, you after a while, when the friend wants to get close, or when once you have a proper friendship with someone, the criteria or everything is the same, right? If that person vibes with me on certain issues, let's say we both like Formula One, we
Mhm.
both like football, we have a
Mhm.
common interest, or maybe I like the person's jokes, something of that sort. We vibe together, and on certain things we like spending
Mhm.
time together. So for everyone, the
Mhm.
criteria is the same. Doesn't matter if it's a work
Mhm.
friend, doesn't matter if it's a
Yeah.
school
Okay.
friend, whatever. So
Okay.
depends on who I vibe with, and therefore I can be friends with that person. just vibing. I'm saying the problem with
Mhm.
maintaining relationships right now is that vibing with someone is difficult because people are less open and they don't interact
About
that much.
things.
Yeah, they don't
Hmm.
interact much on
Like,
different topics.
I Well, just one thing before you come. I think Joy, you put out a very nice point here. Key vibe, like it's not Facebook group. That's a good analogy.
Hmm.
Like just this thing is so. Agar college mein, like I have a I have a close friend, and right now say he's gone somewhere. He's gone to Ahmedabad to study. ठीक है ना? And he's say a pretty close friend of mine. I know that with him, he lives close to my house. When he comes back, I'm going to meet him and it's going to be super chill and we're going to talk about it for hours. We're not going to maintain a weekly friendship like I'm maintaining with both of you. So I'm going to keep that thing in mind कि हाँ चलो ऐसा नहीं कि ये मेरा खराब दोस्त बन गया दूर चला गया जब ये आएगा हम लोग का वही tightness रहेगा.
Hmm.
That is what I meant.
Yeah.
मतलब I can't expect a weekly Saturday conversation with him because that expectation has been set with my school friends. I'm not saying chalo school friends. These friends whom I have spent a lot of time with.
Yeah, so
This is
wait.
what I meant.
So थोड़ा
हाँ
premise हम differ कर रहे हैं हम लोग
हाँ
दोनों का कि we are if you put time in each, it differs. The amount of time you put in, that
yeah
differs.
हाँ
What you were trying to say, and that's
हाँ
how you divide them into groups.
yes
But I was saying from the
yes
perspective of if you are freshly meeting someone.
yes. भावना पहुंची ना
हाँ
थोड़ा इधर उधर हो गया भावना बट पहुंच गई.
हाँ हाँ पहुंच।
ऑब्जेक्ट राहुल अब हम लोग को जोड़ो. हम लोग जुड़ ही गए बट जोड़ो.
तो चुप कर ना. बहुत बोलता है. So what you,
One last point is when I was talking about vibing, right? The reason why people vibe much more on the internet right now is because there are these sub particular platforms or hashtags or Reddit का जो होता है sub threads where they
Subreddits.
subreddits, yeah, sorry, where they have that exact topic of discussion and where many people meet together on that subreddit and therefore they vibe on those topics. They don't have holistic friendship, but maybe they agree on that small thing. So that's
It
the one.
starts from that.
Yeah.
It gives genesis to the friendship.
Well, Rahul, you can continue.
God. Okay. Anyway, getting to the point, I won't say it, but getting to the point, when you're trying to form a relationship, like you said, like people are not as open anymore, right? So vibing with that person is so much harder. Now, to that point, you also need to realize that our generation, because of the amount of communication we've had with our peers, colleagues, and people our age, we've also been hurt a little more in comparison to the generation above.
Also been hurt
Hurt.
or heard.
Hurt. Hurt.
Interesting.
Matlab, your heart has been broken, etc., etc. And a little more often than what our parents faced. Number one. Okay, think about that. Because our parents were never as communicative. Today, you're going to have 5, 6, 7 girlfriends versus having or boyfriends and versus having 1 or 2 maybe earlier. Think about that for a second. Then
Maybe
तो
not.
maybe
मिले
not.
बहुत बड़ी
Maybe
बात
not.
है.
But maybe not. Okay. But what I'm trying to say is because of the communication and you're all constantly, people are growing. People are like going global, going out of the country. They know so many more people now than they used to know before. So the level of hurt, according to me, has increased, and because of that, people are don't communicate so much because they're like, I don't want to get my feelings out. Okay, you get your feelings out, you become close to a person. What if that person screws around with you? We live in a constant fear that tomorrow there's somebody will leave us and somebody will hurt us. Somebody will use something against us.
Yeah.
Because of that, we don't talk as much.
Yeah.
Because we're scared of being judged so much more because of the number of people we're communicating with. To your point, there are so many more people who know. There's so much more communication. If I tell you, okay, you guys are not going to tell somebody else, but if I tell, say, person A, I don't know person A is not going to tell person B.
Exactly.
And I don't know if it's not going to bite me in the ass. Because of that, communication has become less. Relationships have become harder to build and maintain.
Yeah, and plus all this communication and storage of information is up there on a public platform as such because people are talking more on these social media sites or whatever. And again, let's say if my father or someone had, let's say, a bad breakup, he would keep it to his very close friend who would also keep it to himself. It would not go on an Instagram DM to someone, or suddenly in a random comment like how Ishmeet.
Life has become gossip. When I talk to somebody, it's like, bro, life mein kya gossip hai? I'm not saying that's what I do. I'm saying a lot of people do that.
चोर की दाढ़ी में तिनका. If you guys know the
I
meaning of
don't
that,
know
great.
what that means.
Basically, you're guilty of doing it yourself.
Okay.
Anyway,
अपना यूएस ऑडियंस भी है भाई लोग, थोड़ा ऐसे
ठीक
कॉम्प्लिकेटेड
है.
मुहावरा यूज मत करो.
I corrected it, na.
And then he
Good,
starts
good, good
talking
point.
in
Yeah.
Hindi saying we have a US audience.
Oh,
Rahul, the point which you said here that we're all scared of, who's building, like who's going to betray us. I think that's a very good way of looking at it. Matlab, it's one of the many factors. It does play effective role in it. Like अभी मैं कर रहा हूँ, पता चले वो कोई बंदा काट दे मेरा, I will be scared to, like, even for relationships, like if I have faced a bad experience, like a lot of people say ki, yaar, I'm commitment phobic right now. Ki, like I just had such a good friend, and even if it's not even like girlfriend, boyfriend, just even a friendship, like इतना अच्छा दोस्त तब जाके एक problem हो गया, मैं किसी को अब और इतना टाइम देके कोई फायदा है भी कि नहीं. And I
yeah.
have been in this position, I have been in these shoes, and I'm sure both of you have also been. I've been in these shoes very recently. So I'm like, personally, I'm a little commitment phobic now, because that's just what's happened. I don't want to commit, even though I feel for that. I don't want to commit because मेरे को लगता है कि मेरा बंदा काटेगा ही काटेगा, वो कटना है. So
Just to clarify, it's only with guys, no, not with girls. Your
I'm
commitment
saying
phobia.
in general. No, in general. Ooh, Rahul, तेरे को तो कंट्रोवर्सी मेरे लाइफ में क्रिएट करना ही है ना बेटा. तेरे को पता है ना, बहुत लोग ये सुनने वाला है.
Nice,
No,
nice.
but I'll stand by this. I am a little commitment phobic because of past experiences,
I
and
think
it's okay.
do you think our generation in that kind of sense is far more commitment phobic? Like because
Because
even I faced that. I've gone into
Yeah,
that
yeah.
entire thing where I don't want to commit to anybody.
yeah, so because of
I
these
don't want to
reasons,
commit. I don't want to have other people to have expectations on you, not even like relationship wise, even friendship
Hmm.
wise.
huh,
There was a phase. I'm not saying it's that anymore, but
so
yeah.
because of
Yeah,
reasons which we have stated, that this exists. It's a general trend in our entire generation.
I can't even imagine what's going to happen to the generation like after us, like my 15-year-old sister, etc.
they will have
But
their own set of problems. I think, Rahul. So, on a more conclusive note, has the entire episode been able to answer your dilemma, your question, or will you still have that stupid frown face of yours? कि यार मेरी जिंदगी में कुछ अच्छा हो ही नहीं रहा है.
I think it's given me two very unique perspectives. And I
Hmm.
think I've been able to understand the other person or other people that I've been having
Hmm.
issues with a little more. It's
Hmm.
good to understand their perspective also, because if I'm having an issue with this person A, and person A comes and tells me what the issue is, I don't think I'll be as understanding as if person C comes and tells me the same thing. You guys
Good.
didn't understand what I
भावना
said.
पहुंची, बेसिकली भावना पहुंची उस.
मेरे को तो नहीं पहुंची, मेरे को समझा.
What I'm
Also,
trying to say, okay, never mind. 1 second.
थोड़ा
If so,
प्यार से आराम से
let
बोल.
me make you understand. So if I have an issue with Ishmeet and Ishmeet tells me the issue, I will not understand as well unless a third person, say Joyjeev, comes into my life and tells me that there is an issue with me.
ये तो और कंफ्यूजिंग हो गया भाई.
बेसिकली
Arey
बात
man,
कुछ
so the third person is solving my issue. You are the third people. God.
बेसिकली बात कुछ ऐसी है कि प्रॉब्लम ही कुछ ऐसा है कि इसमें कोई फिक्स कंक्लूजन ही नहीं है. आपको अपना कंक्लूजन निकालना है, अपना सोल्यूशन निकालना है. बट द प्रॉब्लम व्हिच द एंटायर जनरेशन इज फेसिंग, इट डेफिनेटली नीड्स टू बी एड्रेस्ड, डेफिनेटली इन योर ओन वे. होपफुली द थ्री टिप्पणीज व्हिच वी प्रोवाइडेड हेल्प. Hopefully you tune in to our next episode. Till then, it's
Don't forget to like and subscribe, please.
Like, share, subscribe, follow, review, do whatever you want to, but make your three buddies famous.
Oh, and email, please email 340.
Joyjeev का जो conception है कि people email नहीं करते, make sure you guys email us for sure.
at
340, that's FAATY @gmail.com. Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode, guys.
bye bye.